Ladies and gentlemen, introducing your host for this evening from Damansara, Uptown, Kuala Lumpur, weighing in at 455 shadows that are right beneath you. He is your fellow Uptown Lowlife. Cornelius Low. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? Is everyone alright? Is everyone having a lovely evening? I do hope so. I do hope so. Hold on one second, fellas. Let me just adjust my my model a tad bit, shrinky myself a little bit. There we go. Lovely. So, as you can see, tonight's stream is going to be quite a different one, isn't it now? Because, well, we have something pretty unique. I have before me AI Dungeon. Story generator browser game. That's a lot of fun. It's pretty unique actually. Basically, we can pick a setting: fantasy, mystery, zombies, apocalyptic, cyberpunk, custom, and archive. I'm not too sure what archive is. I'm assuming it's something you can save. I don't have a membership for this game just yet, but maybe I will get it because I have a feeling I might be using this game a fair bit. By the way, how is the audio now? Is my microphone sounding okay? Is the BGM alright? Is it too loud? Too soft? What say you? Any thoughts? Especially because, well, I'm actually testing out something quite unique actually. I believe this is the first time in a long time I've actually used it. I have before me two microphones actually. You're only hearing one currently, but I decided, this is a bit of a writing stream, and in fact, specifically a horror writing stream. So I need to explain myself a little bit first. Why horror writing? Well, I don't know if any of you folks are aware about this, about me, viewers, but I am a big lover of horror, particularly horror writing and horror podcasts. So I love me some spooky podcasts. Like just a few hours ago, I was driving down the highway for quite a long while, and I was putting on basically scary stories. Essentially, I love me some scary stories, and I heard some twisted ones. I'll get to the thing about horror movies in a bit. One second, drinking some milk. Apologies that I was a little bit on the late side just now. Unfortunately, with my current setup, you have no idea how many wires are surrounding me right now. I would not be surprised if my equipment were to just up and want to like strangle me with its tight tendrils, because there's so much of it around me right now. My goodness. Anyways. What say you folks? Shall we try something? Oh, okay. I might be testing this out during different intervals, because I believe different people will be popping in and out, so I want to get their opinions on this. Okay, so currently, what you are hearing right now is the microphone I've been using ever since I debuted on my channel, which is, believe it or not, folks, a dynamic microphone. Okay, actually, no. You know what? Let's not even say what microphone it is. Let's just call this microphone A first, okay? So this is how I sound like and how I've been sounding like ever since the debut of my streams on this channel. Now, I'm going to turn this off and turn on the other one, alright? So stay tight. So I want to make a comparison so that you guys can hear it. Okay. Turning it off now. And now, Now, do you hear any difference in particular? Anything at all? Anything at all? Anything at all? Do you hear anything? Actually? Yeah, I'm actually just curious. Do you guys actually hear any sound at all from this particular microphone? Anything at all? Really, really curious. Anything? Anything? The reason why I'm asking all this is well, is because this particular microphone I'm using right now is actually a condenser microphone. Okay. In fact, the first one that you've heard. Oh, Jake! Sounds stronger and better. Hey, Jake! Welcome. Wait, so... Okay, so this microphone I'm using right now is microphone 2, which is the condenser mic. Does this sound better? In fact, I have a strong feeling that this actually picks up some background noise, but regardless, does it just sound different and better overall? Because the nature of condenser mics means that they are supposed to capture the full spectrum of your voice, as opposed to the dynamic mic, where the advantage is that it it does not pick up any background noise, because you have to be super close to it, right? In order for it to pick up any noise. So that's really great for me. Really, mic 2 for the win. Oh, that is interesting. I'm actually very surprised by this. Wow, really. All right, so I suppose. Well, I did turn off. Actually, let me try something really quick. I'm going to crank up my AC. Well, actually, not even crank up. Turn on my AC. I want to see if it picks up any of the room noise as a result. Because I remember in the past, I used this for mouse for. What was it called? Wonder. It was called the Wonder Mouse stream. Back, Mouse's old channel used to be called Wonder Mouse. So I used this mic, this condenser mic, and you could clearly tell that there was some level of background noise. I have like I think I did add some of the noise gates and those sort of hickamabobs on the OBS, like just the standard OBS noise gate, noise suppressor stuff. But what about now? I can clearly hear my my air conditioning noise. I dare say my microphone is picking it up as well. But do you hear much of it, or is it of any bother to you, Jake? Of course, the option is that I can always just turn off my air conditioning, you know, right now. Any thoughts on this, Jake? Because if you feel regardless that mic 2 is good, I can just turn off I can just turn off my air conditioning and just proceed on. Because obviously this is a bit of a horror writing stream. You know, I'm not sure about using fantasy, but zombies, apocalyptic, and even cyberpunk also has lots of horror elements that I would love to stretch my stretch my narrative skills on. I don't at all. If I do hear it, it doesn't bother me. Ah, interesting. I believe you even use some decent headphones yourself. So wow, this is surprising to me. All right. That is very good to hear. All right then. Okay, then let's actually you can stay cool, my dude. All right, lovely. All right, okay, Jake. Let's see now. What's a good? Because I really do want to start with a. Hold on, let me just adjust things a little bit. 1 second. I'm not sure if I've ever shown you how my setup is for my mic arm, but it is quite absurd. Okay, apologies. I know you can definitely hear some squeaking from my chair and stuff like that. Okay. Oh, that's quite loud. All right. Let's stay still in my seat and let's pick something. Oh no, I'm on speakers usually if I'm not playing games. Haha, I see. Okay. Right. Let's see now. The whole point is for me to do some scary horror stories. Actually, let me check custom very quickly. Enter a prompt that describes who you are and the first couple of sentences where you start out. It's recommended that you switch to story mode to avoid unintended changes to your prompt. You are a knight in the kingdom of Larian. You're hunting the evil dragon who has been terrorizing the kingdom. You enter the forest searching for the dragon and see. Oh, by the way, Jake, is the BGM too loud? Should it be softer? What say you? What say you? Oh, and by the way, just a note, just a quick side note. The opening music that you heard, I hope it was playing. I really hope so. And the BGM that you're hearing right now is made by Maru, a music composer, who was very kind to make these two separate tracks for me. He initially made me the first one that you heard in the opening. But I told him, I need something more BGM-ish, that's something that could genuinely loop and more atmospheric, which is what you're hearing right now. So I'm gonna gladly use both, and he was very gracious in allowing me a permission to use both as a result. So thank you for that, Maru. You can see his credits in a description below. I can't really hear the BGM. Oh, really? Okay, good. Let me crank it up a little more. What about now, Jake? Is it a little better? Should be hitting the yellows, if you know what I mean. Do let me know. Do let me know. I'll be asking as I go along. But either way, I don't think I'll be doing this. I think for horror, let's start with. Shall we start with zombies? You know what? Zombies. Select a character. I wish there was like a little more that we could do, but I suppose a survivor would be good. Yep, we're a survivor. So the thing is with there you go, now I hear it. Lovely, lovely. What do you think of it, Jake? Is it suitably atmospheric and dreadful? No, not dreadful, like fills you with dread, yes. Does it fill you with dread? Hopefully it doesn't feel anything else. If not, I cannot promise what happens in the toilet later. But you know what? Jake, you've been lovely and helping me out so much with this stream so far. You get to be Jake, the not zombie. You hear the clickety clacks, by the way. Jake, the not zombie. Very atmospherically dreadful. Exactly what I was hoping for. Yep. Wait, no. Jake De Leon. Jake the not zombie. He's determined to not be a zombie. This is Jake. And now he's generating a story. Heart indeed. But I can't promise you that your heart won't be eaten in this story. You are Jake, the not zombie, a survivor trying to survive in a world filled with infested zombies everywhere. You have a pistol and a backpack. You have managed to survive several months avoiding zombies and scavenging food. You cautiously enter a rundown store and hear breathing noises. Suddenly from the back of the store comes the man. He's missing the left side of his face and his eye. What happens next? The disfigured man screeches to Jake and demands he states his business. Right, I think that's a good way to start. Let's see what the story generates for us. No, hold on. Oh shoot! I should have wrote this figured man. Oh, I missed out. Okay, I need to be more careful. Sorry, I'm reading this. I'm looking at this like at a full screen on my other monitor, so I need to like almost like have my eyes look around. It's taking a while for it to generate, I must say. Is everyone playing AI Dungeon currently? So what I have decided basically is that in case if AI dungeon is being a bit sussy, or it's creating a story that I just can't steer it in the way that I would prefer, I'll just write my own story. You know, I'm using this as a tool, but it is in no way, in shape, or form a crutch. Not at all. Without saying too much, I have some experience writing. As I've mentioned in the last stream, I've actually have some experience reviewing movies, and it also came from a love from writing as well. So not just non-fiction writing, but fictional writing as well. Oh, this is taking a while. Okay, maybe this. No, that doesn't. I'm trying to press things. It's not. It's like being a wrestler and a booker at the same time. I suppose. Yes. I am both organizing the story and being part of this world, so to speak. Yes, indeed. Apologies. I'm actually not sure why it's loading so long. Okay, you know what? Screw. Let's just keep going. Jake the. Not zombie? Maybe that was the issue. Maybe I need to give it more. Need to be more logical with the words. What's cat in Tagalog? Yes, cat de pusa. Because, look, I'm sorry, Jake. You know, you are De Leon, but in a post-apocalyptic, in a world filled with zombies and other horrific things, you are. You have been downgraded a tad. I'm sorry, but that's just how these things go. So you are Jake de Pusa. Hey, at least you're still a mighty feline. Well, a feline. I'm not sure about mighty. You are Jake de Pusa. Same thing. Pistol and backpack. Survived several months. How? Oh. Go for it. Lovely. You decide to open the back storage area to find another shotgun. Can I click on this? Oh, I can. Which is fine. Interesting. Interesting is actually starting out in with a numerical thing going on. 2. Search for cans of food. Hopefully not expired food. Let's see. Alright. Oh, here we go. Number 3, leave the building immediately. He hastily did all the above. However, just as he was about to exit, the banging became a crash, and he could clearly hear the door broke. Let's see what happens next. It started from there. Oh, after briefly thinking about what to do, you starting in a numerical order, which I do not like. It like 1, 2, 3 of the first part. That's fine, but like now it's just doing it again. That's odd. I don't know what to feel about that. Oh, by the way, Jake, is the audio still okay? Is it all right? I'm really quite paranoid about all this, to be perfectly honest. So is it actually okay? Let me crank the desktop audio up a Jake, just a little bit more. Okay, is that too loud or too soft? Do let me know, Jake, and anyone else who's in the chat right now. Please feel shy to interact. You folks like horror? You folks like writing? You folks like horror writing? You know, a horror podcast. That too. I love me some horror podcasts. I listen to a variety. You know, I think maybe you can turn down a decibel and then it'll be good. Oh, okay. Okay. What about now? I think I lowered my my desktop audio a little bit, so everything overall should sound a little softer. So what do you think? Whatever you did is perfect because you read my chat slate. Haha. Yes, that's the nature of YouTube. Sorry about that, Jake. I know with Twitch, really the biggest advantage of YouTube of Twitch chat is that it just comes out snap right there and then. With YouTube, it's delayed almost deliberately. Okay. Alright, so what about now? Is it alright now? So apologies, Jake. I know I'm being a bit paranoid with my audio. It's just because it's been a long time since I employed this condenser mic of mine on stream. Okay. Let's You know what? I want to. Let's redo this. Actually, yeah. Let's redo this. Let's see if it can give me anything better. Let me just check this. Okay, delete. Okay, wait, hold on. I don't like how this looks, so I'm just gonna adjust this here. Okay. All right. Now let's get music all good. Haha. Lovely, Jake. Let's see what else happens to you, Jake. You survived this. A horrible moaning sound could be heard, but worst of all was what came next. Whatever it was, it murmured. Debusa. Jake's name. There we go. Let's see what happens next. His eyes widened in fear. The last two words were like nails on a chalkboard for Depusa. He backed up against the wall frantically, hands in the air. Like you just don't care? Why are your hands in the air? You're not getting arrested. His brain told him to run, but his heart froze him against the wall. That voice, that horrible voice, sounded like it belonged to someone that Jake knew. The banging continued. No, not the banging! As if the owner of the horrible voice or whatever it was were in the store and could see him. The horrible murmuring continued for a few minutes. Then it stopped. The voice continued. And wanted to see him. Let me just clean up the sentence a little bit. I am a bit of a grammar N-word about these things. I think that's good. Okay. How'd you find your story so far, Jake? I consider this your an OC basically. Oh, my coffee. Wait. I need the energy for today. I think I made a bit too concentrated. A bit too bitter, which is perfect for a little bit of horror writing. Ooh. Sorry, I don't know why I had my angry expression on. Alright. Let's see. His heart began to calm and peel, and Jake peeled himself away from the door, from the wall. All right. Then he made his way out to the building. He opened the door and saw and was horrified to see something completely unexpected. What do you think it is? The story is definitely something. Ah, good. That's the whole point of AI Dungeon. You never know what's gonna happen next. And let's see what you see that horrifies you, Jake de Pusa. Well, this is embarrassing. Ah. Okay. Well. Do I have to sign up for a membership first and then this will happen? Because, this is going to be a little awkward. Okay, hold on. Let me just try something. Let me just close this first. Alright. Here, you can have a quick look at this horrific little corridor. Try not to imagine things popping around it. Okay, let's try this now. And I think I may have flubbed up how I did this. Okay. Let's keep going. A woman in a long black trench coat stood in the doorway. Her face was hidden underneath her long black hair. She had a large crowbar in her hand. Her eyes narrowed as she looked at him. I can work with this. This is good. Jake, look at this. I think you have a stalker, Jake. Maybe a fan, a mega fan, who has a large crowbar in her hand. So this fan may have twisted motives for you. As you can see in the top right corner here, I don't know if I want to continue on using AI Dungeon for now. Apologies, folks. I was hoping that I could use this without much of a hindrance, but alas, it seems that I may need to switch to something else. But at least let me finish this part of the story first. The unstoppable woman, as Jake had dubbed her. Try as he may. Give me a sledgehammer and I'll fight her. JK. Why JK, Jake? You're in a zombie apocalypse. You should be having a sledgehammer. Try as he may, no matter how many bullets he put in her, how many times he set fire to her, how many times he saw her plummet off a cliff. No, off buildings? Yes, more buildings. Cliffs is like when it's all post-apocalyptic. When it's like completely post-apocalyptic. But this is a zombie apocalypse, so edges and destruction and destroy buildings makes more sense. The woman. It was always a few paces behind Jake. The woman gave Jake a cruel smile. A smile as unnaturally wide as her teeth were jagged and sharp. Here we go. Putang ina. Here we go again. Muttered Jake. Let's see. Do you have anything else besides the pistol and backpack? Unlocking the safety of his pistol. Right, okay, I'm sorry folks, I'm gonna have to let me just hide this quick bit first, and let me see what happens. Ah, interesting, so it is. Yeah, it does give an ad, which I don't mind. It's a short while. It is a short while, and it's not too intrusive. But I just wish there was a way to do it without, you know. I just wish there was a way for me to continue on without, you know, any ads. I don't mind paying and stuff like that, but I just wish it was, you know, less intrusive.
If you shoot me, that deal is off.
Her voice was a raspy whisper, not where a raspy whisper. AI Dungeon, come on now, come on now. I'ma just do some stuff in the background, so I'll be lurking low. Enjoy the rest of the story. Thank you, Jake, thank you. Overall, this is, not too bad, not too bad. Apologies for the ad break over there. If I was playing on my own, I would have no issue with the ad break, but since we're on stream, I just don't want the flow to be broken. You know, it's already a bit like staccato as is with me, you know, with the story being generated and me stopping to type away. This is unfortunate. This is unfortunate. You know what? I'm gonna have to call it. I'm gonna have to call it. I think I think what I have to do is I think I'll have to hide this away first. I'm going to pull out something else. 1 second, folks. 1 second. Let's turn this on. All right. Okay. Let me see if this should be able to be shown. Here we go, here we go. So, like I said, I have a contingency plan, folks. If this doesn't work out, if the AI dungeon thing doesn't work out, well, I'll just make my own story, wouldn't I? Wouldn't I? 1 second, let me just quickly check some stuff. Okay. Let's see. Okay, alright then. As you can see, I already have some ideas in mind, just like very simple concepts. The hole in the door, the third eye, as seen on the CCTV. This one here, this first one here, I definitely want to at least complete. The other two, not too sure if I want to get to that just yet, but the first one, I'm determined to complete it. Let's see how it goes, let's see how it goes. Alright, alright. Nope, let's start with the hole in the door. Let's see. I'm usually just one of those folks that I'm not sure how you folks do it, but I actually prefer to almost start with like I do the way I like to make short stories, at least specifically short stories, is to create a framework first, and then will I do the full-on story. With this, we shall see. We shall see. All right. Now, what shall we handle next? Let's see. The hole in the door. Let's go stream of consciousness first, because I know how I want to. I actually have an ending for this already. Right. Okay. Here we go. My brother and I were not had always thought we came from an impoverished background. Okay. Wait. Oh. Here's something that can help me anchor myself to the story a little more. I'll create a summary. A brother and sister were given an inheritance to an old apartment no inherited apologies, I just need to clean this up. Inherited an old apartment then inherited an old apartment then. However, okay, this is why I'm actually debating a bit. Do I want the teacher to hold the door to be their own apartment or the neighbor's apartment? The next door's apartment door had a hole in it. One that fascinated the brother. Yep. Yep, I think that's a good one. Alright, now let's see. Let's have a framework for the brother and sister first. Don't want to give the brother a name. Jake, since you've been so kind to me this whole stream, you get to be the brother. Brother. Jake. The name is Jake. Tall. What's the word? Whimsical. Curious. Kind. The sister's name shall be... For some reason, I always associate the word Agatha, like, you know, with horror. I think because it sounds like a very dusty old name, old-fashioned name. One that, if you were to give to a child in this day and age, it would be seen as cruel, which I think is what happened here. Pessimistic, wary, but loving, you know, to the brother. A fairly difficult childhood, right? Okay. Our extended family never really liked us for the sole reason that our father was a criminal. Yep. Yep, okay. Actually, yes, I can see there's a lot of things going through my head right now, whether I want to keep on going back, keep on going back. Again, like I said, I'm trying to do this stream of consciousness thing, but I've always preferred to do a sort of framework style of writing. But the reason why I want to like really stick to this stream of consciousness way of writing, because I might be doing something next week with a certain someone, you know, and that is another writing stream. So I'm using this as a bit of a practice, basically. Stealing money, bribing, no, coercion, no, this isn't, let's see. My brother and I came from a fairly difficult childhood. Ah, I know. Okay. I'm just gonna streamline this whole bloody thing. Somehow, some way, my brother and I inherited an apartment that no one wanted. When our father passed away, no, when our great uncle, when our great uncle passed away, he stated in his will that his old apartment be handed to myself and my brother. Nothing else was elaborated on besides that we can do what we want with said unit. Right. Okay, that's a good way to start. The apartment in question was off the beaten track in quite far off from the city. when when my brother and I finally got there by my car, got there with my car, 2 hours, we were surprised to see it still in operation, because it was the very model of dilapidation. I love my big words, can't you tell? Can't you tell, folks? Hey, no, I've spelled this correctly. Dilapidation, not dilapidation, dilapidation. I'll take that L. I'll take that L. I have a story to write. Was so run down that all the paint peeled off, there was trash everywhere, and the number of shifty people walking around, I lost count. I was glad that I wore baggy and unassuming clothing to this wretched place. Hold on. Okay. There we go, just editing a little bit. Let's see, is this a bit too big? No, I think it looks fine, Definitely more legible, more easily read. Definitely more easily read than the AI dungeon one. Here I can at least adjust the size of the font. My brother Jake, on the other hand, was actually excited about this whole thing. He was always a bit of a dreamer, and loved to explore new horizons. I wouldn't mind new horizons, but not when it's stuck in a dingy place like this. I lost on the way up to the 5th floor. I lost count at how many cracks, how many doors, how many units had notices up on the many owner units notices on their doors, like the papers stamped on the doors, you know, that indicates, oh, it's time for you to pay. No, it's time for you to get evicted. That sort of thing. I lost count. There we go. Let's keep going. One second, folks. 1 second. Just adjusting something. All right. Next. We finally got to the apartment. And when we opened it, it was actually quite alright. It was the entire place was certainly old and dusty, but nothing suspicious. Hey Aggie, yelled my brother from the outside of the apartment. Come take a look at this. I walked out and saw him pointing at a neighbor's door. This is using American spelling. I might have to change this later to British spelling. That's what I prefer. The door had what do you call those tapes? Those no entrance tapes. Let me just check. Apologies, I need to Google this one. Entrance tapes. Prohibition tapes? No entry tapes? Hold on. It's the black and yellow one. Black and yellow tape. Is it tape actually, or is it like plastic rope? Ah, hazard tapes. Oh no, the top is warning tapes. I'll just use the word warning. Warning tapes. It made into a big X, and there was again another notice on its door. Most strikingly, however, was a hole right at head height. Roughly circular, clearly It looked like someone smashed a hammer right through it. No, it wasn't a cleanly made circle. It looked like someone smashed a hammer right through it. Wait, no, that's not the through I wrote. There we go. Here it is. One second. Okay. Oh, 1 second. Actually, let me just do this. Control A. That's better. I prefer to have it all. What's the word? Justified. Okay. So Aggie and Jake. Clean made circle either. It looked like someone smashed a hammer right through it. What do you think happened here? Aggie asked my brother. Whimsically. I sighed. I really didn't want to be here in the first place. And now, looking at this, I really didn't want to be here. Nothing but trouble, Jake. Look, I know we're supposed to stay the night, but the rasping voice said to us, giving me a jolt. I screamed and jumped to my brother's side. The rasping voice, so like,
Excuse me.
yeah. Snorted. He could clearly see the rasp the owner of the raspy voice. Sneaking up behind me. Hey, punched my brother in the arm. The brother. Wait, no. Actually, the more I think about it, folks. Hold on. I know I'm actually on a bit of a roll. I'm getting to somewhere here, but I almost feel this is actually not bad. I'm actually quite happy with all this. I just personally feel that I can be more economical with all this. You know? Like, just get to, not to say rush to the good part, but just be economical to the good part. When I say the good part, I mean, like, obviously, like, the twist of the story, the climax of the story. Which I could. After all, this should be a short story as opposed to, like, a freaking novella. I'm not trying to write a freaking novella here. Just a short, it's a short horror story, essentially. How should I go about this? Okay, I think I know what I want to do. I shall make a quick framework, very quick framework, and use based on that framework, I will write something a lot more economical. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. So it'll probably be not using dialogue because dialogue always ends up taking more time, and I just going to be a lot more brief about it as well. Am I able to see the word count with Google Docs? That's the thing. I'm not able to see it, am I? Outliers. Word count. 4 for 4 words. Okay, not bad, not bad. That basically means that I might see this. Over here. Lovely, lovely. But yeah, which is what I want. Four for 4 words. Actually, I'm actually like being more economical than I thought. But I can definitely be a lot more economical about this. Right. I think I know what. I think I know what needs to be done first. Okay. First of all, folks, I need to have a quick toilet break because I can feel the rumblings, basically. Right. Hold on. Do I have? Hold on. Just very quickly. There we go. No, so excuse me 1 second, folks. I'm just gonna very quickly hit to the toilet, and I'll be back with something more economical. 1 second. Folks, I am back. Feeling less bloated and ready to write more horrific nonsense. Okay, firstly, let's put this away, shall we? Okay. Now, here's the thing. I need to firstly make my framework because I just prefer it that way. Let's see now. I'm gonna do this without words, unfortunately, folks. Without actually saying it out loud because I do want to keep a surprise. Okay. Okay. Yep, as you can see, I'm writing. You might be able to hear my tippy tappies on the keyboard. Let me just check something very quickly. Okay. I'll keep definitely a lot of elements from what I wrote currently into the story for sure. Let's see. Apologies, folks. I'm being a little silent because it's one thing to play a game and talk through it. It's another when you're writing a story and then trying to talk something else completely different because oh, that's a different skill that I have not developed yet. Let me tell you. Okay. Oh, okay. I figured out something interesting. Yep. We're just about done with the framework. Just about done with the framework. Okay. Right, I have something ready now. Okay, okay. Right, now we can start. Am I going to... Right. This came as a surprise to us, as we never knew he had an old apartment unit. It was listed in his will but unfortunately he passed before we could even ask him about it. Although my brother and I, being fairly young adults, decided to move into it, although the apartment as a whole was dingy and decrepit. When we went into our father's old unit, it was decent. Everything was old-fashioned, dusty, but intact. In fact, it looked like it was all just left there. Almost like he left this place all of a sudden. I personally didn't like it here. I'm a young woman, and this place is trouble personified. Hold on. It looked like it was all just left there. Okay. I personally didn't. Okay, no need for comma there. Nope, trouble personified. I'm vetoing this one. Nope, no squiggly lines. This trouble personified makes sense. I veto this one. Okay. What do you think of the story so far? Obviously, I'm sort of rewriting it a little bit because I want it to be more economical. But what do you think of these two paragraphs so far? You want to make it all smaller, actually. Let's do this. Yep, that's still more than legible on screen, I think. So this should you can at least see a couple paragraphs. They're just like one big mass here. My brother was the sentimental sort. He wanted to live here in tribute of our late father. In tribute to our late father. Ah, that works too. I'm not gonna argue with that. Okay. However, one thing there was one thing that was eerie about where we lived, even compared to the rest of this place. The unit next to ours how do I describe this? How do I describe... Thanks for being my background noise for a bit, Lo. I'm gonna head up now. Have a good night, amigo. Yeah, have a good night to you, Jake. Have a good night to you. Let's see if you get out of my story alive. Okay, let's see now. You're next to ours. How do I describe... okay, I think I know how. Our unit was at the end of... at the end of a long corridor, but the unit was near the end. Occupied. So it's sort of like, imagine a long corridor, and the unit that Jake and Aggie are in is still at the long side of the rectangle, but at the short side of the rectangle, that's where this particular titular hole in the door is. The very end had a hole in the door. It was obvious from the warning tapes and eviction notice, and yellowed that the unit was abandoned. However, that hole looked like a sledgehammer Huh, that hole was head height and looked like a sledgehammer smash through it. It looked splintered and gnarled with a silent G. Now that I think about it, yeah, why is there a silent G? Well, we kind of wait to say gnarled, I suppose. So gnarled it is. Oh, excuse me. My dinner's coming back up a little bit. Hopefully not by too much. Let's see now. My whimsical brother Jake was fascinated with it. He's a few years younger than me. But there have been cruel jokes made by friends and family that I was practically his mother. I was always lecturing him, babying him, and trying to make sure he stays out of trouble. Especially because he's the naive type. Let's see, let's give it a bit of a timeline. Okay. 2 weeks into living in the apartment, when coming back from work, I saw him just staring into the hole in the door. His back was to me, and I tapped his shoulder. He jolted hard, jolting me back. I swore, and he gave a reassuring laugh, asking what was up. Oh, isn't he a sweet lad? I asked him what was up angrily, as big sisters do. All he said was, I don't know. Something's interesting. This whole... It's like that Narnia story. You guys know this Narnia story? It's kind of like that. I knew he was being sincere, and that was part of the problem. I literally passed by a drunkard passed out near the lift. This apartment has a lift. It's pretty high up. Now, if I actually mentioned like what floor this is yet? Oh, unit at the 5th floor. Let's just be specific about it. 5th floor, yes. On the 5th floor. My bad. On the 5th floor. Okie dokes. Let's see, wait, is this a double? No, it's just justified. Can I close this? Oh, I was hoping to not have like this separation here, but it's alright, it's alright. We can't afford to... What's the word? Stay off guard. To lower our guard. Actually, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Okay. But I need to adjust something here. But I need to give them a reason why they're even staying in the first place. But we did not need to pay rent whatsoever. And it was near the city to boot. There were advantages that I had to admit made it worth a worthwhile home. Alright, I think with this here, I sort of made it clear that, yes, there was a drunkard pass at a lift, but it wasn't like as if there was like gang wars in this whole area. So it's bad, but not horrifically apocalyptic. Still pretty bad though. Okay, this is a summary, so we keep going. A week later, when we were having dinner, Jake said something even more suspicious. No, not said, asked. something that ran my blood cold. That made my blood run cold. I think that's a more accurate way. That's a more grammatically correct way to describe it. Look at that. No need for spell check there. Lovely. He asked if I had ever peeked into the hole. Aha. Remember, this is a big hole, yeah? Actually, have I actually mentioned... Let's see, let me just have a quick look. Was head height, the size of a head. Let's make it specific. A human head. I swore under my breath and asked if he peeked into that infamous hole. He shook his head, looking down guiltily. I wanted to, he said. But I knew you may not approve. Oh no, not I knew you would have. But I was hoping you could be there for me when I do it. Why? I asked. His answer was a fairly logical one. What was it? Is it? What is it going to be? What is it going to be? His answer. I'm just trying to think through my head here. Let's see. I think no. I need to backtrack on this. Sometimes you have to just backtrack for certain stories. Let's see. How do I do roughly know how I want out of the scene, but I just need to like make it flow more smoothly. Ah, okay, I know. Why do you want to look into it so badly? I asked. What he said next was quieter than a whisper. But since it was a quiet night, I heard it. You gotta double it up sometimes, just to really emphasize how quiet things are, you know? Got to really play with that imagery. I felt a chill. Not a child, what? I felt a child. Ew, no. Spell check, please. Don't get me in trouble, my god. I felt a chill up my spine. Slightly less scary. Slightly less scary. What else can we add here? What do you think was going to happen next, folks? Obviously, I'm not asking you folks to backseat here, but I do wonder what you guys think will happen next. I know exactly what will happen next because again, I made a framework for this after all. Let's see now. Let's see. Sorry, folks. I'm just like looking at something around my mic. I'm just wondering because right now my mic is sort of like standing straight up. I'm just wondering if it will be actually more practical if I were to angle my mic so that it points downwards instead. Would that free up my arm a little more? It might. We'll see. That's something for future me to think about. Right now, I do want to complete the story. Nothing. I said nothing. He lied. Jake lied. I knew when he lied. When we went to bed, hold on. Like, especially when he offered to do more of do some of my own chores that night. Okay. Let's see now. was a few hours after the both of us went to bed. I could barely, even though I had work in the morning, his words haunted me to the point that I couldn't sleep. Suddenly, we're getting there, I heard a creak. It was the creak of our entrance, our apartment entrance. I knew what was happening. I creaked. No, no. Why is Aggie creaking? Actually, wait. Has Jake actually said Aggie? Okay, I guess I can say it here. Oh, why is this in single quotes? It should be double quotation. I don't know, Aggie. Oh wait, no, I'm being an idiot here. Ah, there we go. There's a whole dialogue, bro. Right. I think I'll read out this whole story in one go after I complete writing it. Lots of thoughts going through my mind. Lots of thoughts going through my how I could like, because I do want to like continue on this sort of writing stream in the future, but perhaps I need to refine the format a little bit. Perhaps I do. Bed out of my bedroom. I saw that our door was open. The grill was open. And my brother's slippers were the grill door. I believe it should be with an E, right? I think so. Were gone. Sorry folks, I was just distracted slightly. We're getting to the end of this. Slippers were gone. I rushed out of the door barefoot. My brother was standing at the end of the hall of the corridor. Let's say corridor of the apartment corridor. Right in front of the hole in the door. I do not, to this day, to this day, for reasons I do not understand, I raced to him and I raced to Jake and pulled him down so hard that the both of us collapsed backwards to the ground. And right when we both began to fall, it came out of the hole in the door. A tongue, a long, slithering, prehensile of a tongue. It lashed straight out of the hole so quickly that if I wasn't there on time, it absolutely would have grabbed my brother's head. When we collapsed on the hard concrete floor, we saw that the tongue was long, at least a couple meters. We're in Malaysia after all, we use meters where we are. Ah, darn. Let's see. Ah, alright, it can be this type of meters. We all understand it. We stared in silent horror as it began to lash around, feeling around for its prey, for my brother. But it was not long enough to reach us. After a few horrific seconds. The tongue slithered back into its hole. You stand in horror as being lash around to feel around the door, the door, walls, and balcony. Cologne for its prey for my brother. Hold on. It was looking for its prey. Dejectedly. The both of us grabbed our keys and immediately raced back to our mother's house. We reported this incident to the, well, not tenant. Is there anyone he could go to? To the agent? Yeah, to the leasing agent. But his answer was an unsatisfactory one. He even said he personally checked into the hole but it was nothing but a stale, empty room. I did not care. My beloved brother Jake could barely sleep, barely eat. His nightmares of that thing pursues him in his dreams. Ooh, that's some trauma right there. I demanded that we sell that unit immediately. For we move out as soon. Hold on. And we were moving out that month. I demand that we sell that unit immediately, whether it's sold or not. No, it's pursued. It stays as a past tense. And we were moving out, whether it was sold or not. Not bad, not bad. No, I know how to end this. My mother's house. As I told my brother to go upstairs to get more rest, I wondered why I kept looking at the leasing agent going into his car. My suspicions were right. As he started his car, the leasing agent's face began to relax. His whole jaw, what's the word? I'm trying to do the motion myself. Slumped down. And I sneakily peeked through closed windows. His cheeks sagged, and his tongue, his long red tongue, rolled down his body. Ellipsis. And he drove off. There we go. That's the end of the story. Let's check this now. All this here I don't need anymore. I'll keep these words here. Let me try this. I believe. Okay. How many pages is this? Let's check this. If I highlight all this, will it say how many words? 998 words. Oh, 998 words. So less than 1,000. All right. Is it 998? Yep, 998. Less than 1,000 words. And about how many pages is this? 4 pages. My good word. My good word. Look at me go. Look at me go. You know what? Let's actually read this through from start to finish. I think there shouldn't be too many typos. I hope not. But let's give this a whirl. Let's give this a whirl. Oh, let me just have a quick swig of my coffee. And off we go. The hole in the door. My brother and I inherited an old apartment from our late father. This came as a surprise to us, as we never knew he had an old apartment unit. It was listed in his will, but unfortunately he passed before we could even ask him about it. My brother and I, being fairly young adults, decided to move into it, although the apartment as a whole was dingy and decrepit. When we went into our father's old unit on the 5th floor, it was decent. Everything was old-fashioned, dusty, but intact. In fact, it looked like it was all just left there, almost like he left this place all of a sudden. I personally didn't like it here. I'm a young woman, and this place is trouble personified. My brother was the sentimental sort. He wanted to live in tribute to our late father. He wanted to live here in tribute to our late father. But we did not need to pay rent whatsoever, and it was near the city to boot. There were advantages to it. There were advantages that I had to admit made it a worthwhile home. However, there was one thing that was eerie about where we lived, even compared to the rest of this place. Our unit was near the end of a long corridor, but the unit that occupied the very end had a hole in the door. It was obvious from the warning tapes and yellowed eviction notice that the unit was abandoned. However, that hole was head height, the size of a human head, and looked like a sledgehammer smashed through it. It looked splintered and gnarled. My whimsical brother, Jake, was fascinated with it. He's a few years younger than me, but there have been cruel jokes made by friends and family that I was practically his mother. I was always lecturing him, babying him, and trying to make sure he stays out of trouble, especially because he's the naive type. 2 weeks living in the apartment, and coming back from work, I saw him just staring into the hole in the door. His back was to me, and I tapped his shoulder. He jolted hard, jolting me back. I swore, and he gave a reassuring laugh, asking what was up. I asked him what was up angrily. All he said was, "I don't know, Aggie. This hole just fascinates me. It's like that Narnia story, where there was another world in that wardrobe. It's kinda like that." I knew he was being sincere, and that was part of the problem. I literally passed by a drunkard passed out near the lift. We can't afford to lower our guard in this place. A week later, when we were having dinner, Jake asked something that made my blood run cold. He asked if I had ever peeked into the hole. I swore under my breath and asked if he peeked into that infamous hole. He shook his head, looking down guiltily. I wanted to, he said, but I was hoping you could be there for me when I do it. Why do you want to look into it so badly? I asked. What he said next was quieter than a whisper. But since it was a quiet night, I heard it. The voice told me to. What did you say? I hissed. I felt a chill up my spine. Nothing. I said nothing. Jake lied. I knew when he lied, especially when he offered to do some of my own chores that night. It was a few hours after the both of us went to bed. Even though I had work in the morning, his words haunted me to the point that I couldn't sleep. Suddenly, I heard a creak. It was the creak of our apartment entrance. I knew what was happening. I jumped out of bed, out of my bedroom. I saw that our door was open, the grill was open, and my brother's slippers were gone. I rushed out of the door barefoot. My brother was standing at the end of the apartment corridor, right in front of the hole in the door. To this day, for reasons I do not understand, I raced to Jake and pulled him down so hard that the both of us collapsed backward to the ground. And right when we both began to fall, it came out of the hole in the door. A tongue. A long, slithering, red prehensile of a tongue. It lashed straight out of the hole so quickly that if I wasn't there on time, it absolutely would have grabbed my brother's head. When we collapsed on the hard concrete floor, we saw that the tongue was long, at least a couple meters. We stared in silent horror as it began to feel around the door, walls, and balcony. It was looking for its prey, for my brother. But it was not long enough to reach us. After a few horrific seconds, the tongue dejectedly slithered back into its hole. The both of us grabbed our keys and immediately raced back to our mother's house. We reported this incident to the leasing agent, but his answer was an unsatisfactory one. He even said he personally checked into the hole, but it was nothing but a stale, empty room. I did not care. My beloved brother Jake could barely sleep, barely eat. His nightmares of that thing pursued him in his dreams. I demanded that we sell that thing, that unit, immediately, and we were moving out whether it's sold or not. The leasing agent nodded in understanding and left my mother's house, as I told my brother to go upstairs to get more rest. I wondered why I kept looking at the leasing agent going into his car. My suspicions were right. As he started his car, and I sneakily peeked through closed windows, the leasing agent's face began to relax. His whole jaw slumped down. His cheeks sagged. and his long red tongue rolled down his body, and he drove off. Well, that's the end of that story. Let's see. I think I could take out this part. I'm one of those folks that really likes to keep things economical, keep things tight and moving. So, as you can see there, I just removed one whole sentence. I'm one of those folks. I arguably am as much editor as I am writer. What you thought of that, folks? What you thought of that? Any thoughts of this little story I wrote here? I think everything else seems pretty like necessary. Like it's good for it to be there. Obviously, I can cut things down even more, keep things even more economical. But you know, there's no harm in having a little bit more flair. I'm not working under a particular word limit after all. Let me check now. Let me just see the word limit here. Let's include the title just as well. 995. Yep. So it is exactly 995, less than 1,000 words. So fairly short story. But I like to think there's a bit of meat to it. You know. Third eye. I think I can get rid of all this. The third eye, as seen on the CCTV. What other interesting? Do you have, folks? Are there any stories or premises that you would like me to write? Actually, and anything at all? Like short summaries, or even just like images that you would like me to. Ah, shoot! One second. Darn! Accidentally doxed myself there. Oh man, I just pressed like a random button on my mouse and there it went. Hopefully nothing too incriminating. I might need to like edit that particular section there, but we'll see. Oh man, all I just did was like press a random button on my mouse, and it went back. Darn. Oh well. But yes, if you'd like me to write any stories, I think I might put a tweet later, asking if there's any like stories that they would like to see me write. So obviously I need to work on this format a little bit. If I do want to do more like writing live, I think I have to do it in a slightly different way. As you can tell, I'm determined to make this thing work, but I certainly don't mind tweaking this format to make it more palatable for viewers. Make it something that you can just jump in and just watch immediately, you know? Lots of things are racing through my head, but I think that this is going to be the end of my stream, folks. This is going to be the end of my stream. Yep, pretty happy with the story. Pretty happy with it. Maybe I'll read this in the future when I can get more things compiled. Yes indeed. Right? I think, folks, I'm going to leave it there. If you do enjoy the stream and you want to wish to continue supporting me, please do remember to like this video and share and subscribe it and all the good stuff. My Twitter handle is clearly seen right here in the bottom middle of this page. And I think I'm going to call it a night there, folks. I bid you all adieu and hope you have a lovely night. And whatever you do, never, ever peek into the hole in the door.